Hello everyone and welcome back to the Catalyst Corner. We have a great show for you today. We had a nutty day in the OTC markets because Donald Trump came to town and he was writing stimulus checks to anybody that wanted to jump on that Trump train. But on the flip side of it, a lot of people were selling off their OTC stocks to jump on that Trump train. So there was a love-hate relationship going on there. But we had a comment in one of my last videos wanting a good trips play. Well, I don't have a trips play for you today, but I have two dub plays that I feel like are low dubs that should be good over the next few weeks. And we'll also be covering DWAC at the end of this video because it just continues to skyrocket in the after hours. Now, all I ask is you to hit that subscribe button, and if you love to slap the ass, then slap that like button below as well. But if you're a market dumping little, then you can hit that dislike button. Let's get into the show. The first low dub play I've got for you today is ICTY. As you can see, it closed today at dub 24. It is currently pink current. If you look at its financials, it has a market cap of $17,900,000, has 8 billion outstanding shares, 10 billion authorized, 3 billion held at the DTC. Wild Rhino on Twitter has put a great DD thread together for ICTY. Go give this man a follow. He's a great trader out there. But what he says here in 1 of 4 is there is no reverse split, there's no outstanding share increase, there's no dilution, no convertible notes, and pending share cancellation. The non-dilutive company is making an effort towards cleaning up the shell in preparation for a merger. As for the share cancellation, the company announced a lawsuit. The defendant fraudulently received 1.6 billion shares, and the lawsuit will temporarily prevent the defendant from selling those shares. There is also no recent dilution, and during 2021, the outstanding shares has not increased. In fact, the CEO returned 1.44 billion shares to the Treasury. And lastly, the debt. Per their last quarterly report, there are no outstanding promissory convertible notes or debt arrangements. On watch for merger-related news. In an article on October 14th on Global Newswire, we see here that iCity.com, ICTY, announced today that it has been granted a temporary injunction by the Circuit Court of the State of Florida, 6th Judicial Circuit, in its pending lawsuit to invalidate the 1.6 billion shares of its common stock. That is roughly 15% of the common stock that it currently has in its outstanding shares. And lastly, in another tweet by Wild Rhino, the company is in the process of retrieving and canceling 1.6 billion shares back via lawsuit, and that hearing is scheduled for October the 22nd, which is tomorrow. Now let's take a look at the chart. Here's the chart for ICTY. I did want to show you on the day chart that we did have an all-time or a high of 0061 way back here in February. It has dropped since then. We had this consolidation down here in the low dub ones. We have then been consolidating here in the mid dub ones, and then all of a sudden we had a lot of volume. We had a crossover, and the MACD starting to curl up, and so now we have these resistance lines here. So I'll scroll in just a little bit so we can see. We have this support pretty much down here about the 0013. We had 2 green days. We had a pullback, another green day, a red day, and then today this thing absolutely took off all the way up to 003 before it fell back down and actually closed at 0024. Now we'll jump in here to the 1 hour chart real quick for you, and you can kind of see where this thing is bouncing from. It is currently sitting on what I'm considering support from way back, looking at the chart previously. So I would expect this thing possibly to curl back up tomorrow, or at least consolidate like it had over these past few days. If this thing does actually have news, and there is merger news coming out per the tweet from Wild Rhino, that this thing could be a very easy 50-100% play. Very low. It is a pink current stock already. So we'll keep an eye on this. Keep your eye on ICTY. Our next low dub play is TXTM. It is pink current. It closed 3% down today at 0025, practically exact same price as ICTY. The market cap is 18 million, authorized shares 10 billion, outstanding shares 6.9 billion, and there are 3.9 billion held at the DTC. Now, who is Protex Pharma? As you can see here on their main Twitter page, TXTM is a biotech company developing a cannabis medicines platform for legal cannabis industry using proprietary live plant extraction processes and techniques. So what's the catalyst coming up for TXTM? On October 20th, which was just yesterday, they put out a tweet that the company is looking forward to providing an update on a business transaction expected to close before the month's end. final transaction documents in legal now. It is currently October 21st, so we are not very far from the end of October. This is a very low dubs play. This thing could make a little run before this news comes out. Keep your eye on TXTM. Let's jump into the chart. And once again, this is the day chart for TXTM. We did have a high back here in August of 0069, so we do have a ways we can run with this stock. We had this downward channel. We also had this support here at the 002 cents mark. And as you can see, it bounced several times off of that area and actually absolutely took a little jump. And we finished today just above this downward resistance line. So we will be taking a look at that. Let me jump in here to the hour chart for you real quick. This is where we finished up today. So it looks like to me we're going to be starting a new leg. We could be just continuing to trade within this resistance or within this channel. We did have a high of 0029, but if we have news come out or people start getting eyes that this thing may be having news come out, we could start slowly climbing. So keep an eye on this low dubs play, TXTM. And my goodness, guys, how can we do a video today and not discuss DWAC? King Tut put out a tweet today that says, not a joke. Trump Media and Technical Group to merge with Digital World Acquisition Corporation, DWAC, at an $875 million valuation. Trump's media's mission is to create a rival to the liberal media consortium and fight back against big tech companies of Silicon Valley. And you can see in this October 21st announcement about that merger, they do have in here the $875 million evaluation. So once again, this thing absolutely from the opening bell till still in after hours has just continued to run. Let's take a look at its chart. Here's DWAC. We are looking at the 30-minute chart. As you can see, this thing opened up back here at $9.94, had a little run, came crashing back down, and then once it got to this area right here, it absolutely, and this is a 30-minute chart, only had 3 red 30-minute candles the entire day and absolutely just went on a tear. It got up to 50, had a pullback, and then ended up closing at $45.50. But as you can see in the after hours, and we are still trading, it got up to a high of $59.72. It is currently right now at $56.46. But once again, I'm not seeing many green or red candles on this chart for the 30-minute chart. It wouldn't surprise me for this thing to hit $100. It's also the OTC, and it's also meme stocks. It wouldn't surprise me to see it dump tomorrow as well. Nothing surprises me at this point. I have a feeling, though, with this stock, kind of like AMC was, I don't think this thing is going to drop. I honestly think it's going to find a base because people are out there wanting to buy this. They're all on the Trump train. This thing was a huge success and has absolutely taken off. People were trying to buy a dip today. That was impossible. There were no dips. So keep an eye on it. Right now, it is ran way too high for me to try to jump in on. But if you were able to get on this early, congratulations to you, and I hope you made all kinds of money. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. And for all you OGs that did stick around to the end, let me know what your very first car was when you were a kid. And until next time, we'll see you on the next show.